Hey guys, hey, what is up? I'm Divine Sade. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Subscribe if you want to, like if you want to. I'm not going to force you to. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about these alter egos, these weirdos we having, and how we're low-key like glorizing the idea of having a alter ego. Because isn't there like a certain mental disability, mental disorder, like where you have split personalities, right? Isn't that called like schizophrenia or something? I don't know what exactly it's called, but because I can't really think of it right now. But basically, when you have split personalities and stuff, they throw you into the little the hospitals and stuff. But it's okay for these people to have these different personalities and pop on stage with these different characters that possess their bodies and stuff, which is pretty weird, not normal. And we, in a sense, glamorize it and we think it's cool. And we're so influenced by these people where we'll even think it's cool to, like, in our mind, to take on the idea of having a persona or a second us or a third us or whatever it is, right? So the definition is right here of an alter ego. So alter ego, basically, in the lamest terms, an alter ego is literally just an alternate self. It's as simple as that. It's an alternate you. It's an alternate who you are. It's just an alternate of yourself. Basically, the easiest example for this is if you're a very shy person and your alter ego basically is a very provocative person, a very outgoing person, right? And you end up naming that second you. So say your name is Lily, right? And you're sweet, you're conservative, and then you like you make a second you, in a sense. You make another you which is provocative and outgoing, and you name it Lil, right? So you got Lily and Lil, right? Same person, just two different personalities. And that person refers to themselves as the two people that they're personified as, if that makes sense. I don't know how to word that, but I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. It's basically just like two separate yous inside of one body. And as you see, it says alter ego. So therefore, when you're talking about an alter ego, you're putting more emphasis on your ego. You're creating another ego and putting yourself deeper into this fake reality and just your fake matrix self, if you want to say. You're just making another ego, right? And you have a lot of people that adventure on the spiritual plane, and we don't really try to hold on to our ego self. A lot of people go through ego death. A lot of people try to dismiss their ego as time go on. A lot of people don't even give a fuck about the ego. They'd rather just try to get closer to their spirit and their soul. That's how I am. I used to care so much about my ego and who I was and all the little things like that. But as I get older, I don't really care about my ego. I don't care about worldly things like that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Everything's balanced. But with this, it's just more of a focus on getting another ego. It's like a gain of an ego. You can get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them if you want to, right? That's a lot of work. I mean, if you want to have all them little multiple personalities and run around and do all that and dress up, I mean, hey, cool. I ain't doing that. That's too much work. Google has like the suggested things like people also search for. And so one of the things people searched up was, why do rappers have alter egos? And what this website responded and said is that often conceived as an outlet to assert unusual personality traits and musical abilities. Alter egos can be either cracked into the darkest corners of rappers' imaginations or be used as a simple way of an artist to change up their style. So I agree with the last part so much. That's why I underlined the entire thing, because a lot of times when you see these artists have a different persona, sometimes we don't even notice. For example, like Drake, right? But let me finish this. Sometimes when you see these people, they pop up with this different persona, their career gets bigger. We naturally just start viewing them in the sense of who they now are. Sometimes we don't even question it. We just, move to it. Like, we'll question a little bit and be like, okay. Or we'll be like, like, what is going on? And the best example for this is Drake. And I don't feel like a lot of people acknowledge this shift in Drake. I mean, we did. We was like, oh yeah, Drake went from simping, and being sad all the time to this other dude, this player type dude, right? So when you look at Drake, he started off with the name Drake or Drizzy, and now he's Champagne Poppy, you know. And a lot of times you can tell they have alternate egos. It's due to their Instagram names or like the little name in the Instagram bio. Okay, so when I went on the search of this alternate ego thing and them having these different personas, one person that kept popping up and was number one on the charts and stuff for this was David Bowie. Now, me personally, I don't know that much about David Bowie except for he's an actor and he's a rock musician, pop musician, and he was very popular in the 70s and late 60s, right? So, David Bowie had multiple different alter egos, right? And I screenshotted his little about center in Google, right, when you type him in. And something that stood out to me is the last sentence in the about center says, a leading figure in the music industry, Bowie is regarded as one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century, okay? So the reason why I read that and why that stood out to me, I wanted to underline it, but my phone was tripping. They wouldn't let me underline it. Like, it wouldn't say the me underlining this. So basically the reason why I'm like pointing this out is because a lot of people like to think that, yo, people just, you know, when people like the community of people that like to expose these people or whatever you want to call them, or people like myself, I don't even know what I'm doing. I just like talking. Sometimes they'll frame it as we just were bored and we want to just talk about these people. But in a sense, it's not even like that. In a sense, the reason why I do this is because I don't want people to get deceived anymore. Because a lot of these times when I was like looking up a lot of these things and working on a few of these videos and going deeper into certain things, I noticed where there was movies I'll watch again after my awakening, my reawakening. Basically it'll disgust me. It'll disgust me so much, and I'm working on a video right now and it disgusts me because I was blind to that. And if I get to wake people up, I think that's a major gift. If I get to get people to see, yo, that's not what it is. Like, that's not how things should be. That's weird. That's a gift. You know, that's a gift. That's great to me. That's all I really care about. And we live in influencer culture where it's so normal for people to become influencers from doing the bare minimum and influence an entire generation of kids, an entire generation of young adults. There's a lot of apps like TikTok and YouTube and Instagram where you can become an influencer just by doing some stupid things, right? Especially on TikTok, all you gotta do is dance and whatever, and hey, you a goddamn influencer. You have a following. Anyone that has a following you have the power of being an influencer. A lot of people that have a lot of followings are really just deceivers, right? And they're never going to actually put out the real truth or even speak on things that actually really matter, right? A lot of these people are just deceivers after deceivers after deceivers, gatekeepers after gatekeepers after gatekeepers. And a few of the people that actually try to push that agenda of, oh, I'm trying to help y'all, are just really just like gatekeepers in a sense. But we have to understand the power of influence culture. This is a quote. Influencer culture, I always say, it's going to be the death of us, you know, because there's no originality, there's no creativity anymore, there's no thinking for yourself. And I feel like we get distracted on our phones a lot, and I'm so leaning towards deleting social media, man. I'm so leaning towards that. But yeah, let me let me stop ranting. So yeah, so basically he was a very influential person, right? And one thing that stood out about this guy is he had 4 alter egos. He had Major Tom, he had Ziggy Stardust, Aladdin Sane, and the Thin White Duke, okay? So on XXL, they had this article talking about the new age rappers, the newer rappers, and how how 3 of the 2019 XXL freshmen, they have alter egos. Okay, so you have Gunna, who, you know, he's His alter ego is Wanna with a W. You have Megan Thee Stallion. Her alter ego is Tina Snow, which comes from her giving honor to Pimp C. I don't know why, but okay. And then you have Rico Nasty. Her alter ego is Taco Bella. Okay, and that's her Instagram name too. I think something like that. One of the two, whatever. Even Megan, she has Tina Snow in her the name section of her Instagram. So a lot of times it'll either be their Instagram name or in the name section of their Instagram. Okay. So moving on. So in 2008, basically Beyonce introduced Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce was like her other side of herself, her sexy alternate ego, according to her. And basically, 2 years after having this alter ego, she says that she killed her, in quotations, killed, okay? And she said this in an interview. I can't find the interview. I should find it. Basically, she's saying that she killed her alter ego. Then you have Mary J. Blige. She created a new persona, which is Brooklyn. She revealed Brooklyn in her album Breakthrough. Brooklyn was less reserved than Mary and illuminated the urban flair hip hop requires. So in a sense, it's like an update of who Mary J. Blige was at first, you know. Obviously it's a new album, so she had to come through a little bit differently. So she created a alternate ego to push that difference, right? To push her new self into the hip hop, the R&B, new wave, right? So she created a new alternative ego, okay? So the person that really dawned on me to make this video was Madonna. Guys, I kid you not, I was doing research on the blonde hair thing, and I came across a video of Madonna kissing Britney Spears, and basically someone explained in their video that Madonna was turned into Esther, right? So this is Madonna right here, of course. She has an alternate ego. She has a few different personas, but one that really stood out is Esther. She loves Esther, right? And she say Esther comes from the Old Testament, you know, all that good stuff. And it also means star. And she has other alternate egos, which is whatever, I don't know what the hell that says, and Veronica Electronica, okay? Now, let's talk about Esther a little bit. So you see how they tried to clean it up and say, you know, it comes from a star. Of course, it does come from a star, but whatever. And they tried to use the, you know, the Queen Esther in the Old Testament and all the other stuff. So this is her as Esther. This is her Esther person. I had to scratch out her boobs right there because she was just shirtless. And on the back of his jacket, so he's obviously giving her head, and back of his jacket is Lucifer. And then you have the star, the Esther star. We're going to get into that. You have her on the cross imitating Christ. And you have some pictures of her doing this. Throwing up all that symbolism, the pyramid, you know, her imitating her Brody. And all that good stuff, okay? So this is the Queen Esther she was talking about. So we thought, you know, the Old Testament, but women of Freemason are referred to as Esther, right? And in the star, I don't know if I have a picture of the star. I don't have a picture of the star, but in the Masonic star, you can go look it up. And as you see right here, Esther is the third point of the star. The color is white and it symbolizes a crown and scepter. Esther represents honor and courage, okay? So yeah, so that's where her name comes from. And she tried to say like, oh yeah, it was in the Old Testament and it means star. You know, like playing out, putting it out there just in the, you know, the nice, cute term. But obviously, Esther comes from Masonry. The Masonic store actually is the third point. And it's funny she chose the third point, if you get my gist, like if you understand what I'm saying. Next, we're going to talk about Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus had an alter ego, which was Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana would put on the blonde wigs and perform. Literally, guys, this was my childhood. There was an entire show of this girl with changing back and forth between Hannah Montana and Miley and trying to cover up who she was playing and who she was. And, you know, she'll have red hair, going to school, normal person. And then she'll get on stage. She's a fucking rock star, rocking it out late at night, blonde hair, the crazy outfits. And this also is very, like, showing that they put it out there that they are playing multiple roles. A lot of people want to debunk the fact that these people are playing multiple roles. Miley Cyrus herself is playing so many different people. Like, what's that girl named Curry's wife? Yeah, she's playing her. She's playing so many different people, right? And it's funny that a show that made her so popular, Hannah Montana, she played roles in that. Basically, she was Miley Cyrus throughout the day and Hannah Montana at night, switching back and forth, trying to keep her identity secret, right? Then you have Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, when he wears glasses and he raps, he is playing his alternate ego, Shawty Mane. And I'm going to show y'all some clips at the end of him doing this. It's very much cringe. And this also ties into him wanting to be a black person and him also being The Weeknd. So it very much ties in together. It's just weird. It's very cringe. It's truly cringe. Like, so cringe. So now you have Mark Wahlberg, aka Jim Carrey. Basically, he has a rap ego, which is Marky Mark, right? Pretty cringe. I never heard of him. I mean, but that's his rap ego, I guess. So then you have Beyonce. She has a sexy alter ego, which is Sasha Fierce. And yeah, that's her ego. And everyone has seen Sasha Fierce, obviously. I think Sasha Fierce is more so what you see on stage where she's dancing all provocative and stuff. That's Sasha Fierce, okay? Now, Eminem, okay, he has an alter ego named Slim Shady. His alternate ego is very violent, and no one really pieced the two together. So when you see Eminem, his music switch up. Like, sometimes he's very, like, chilled or whatever. Like, because sometimes I'll be like, where did people get this idea that Eminem was so hard? But what they got that idea from is his like alternate ego, Slim Shady, right? And I'm gonna show you guys a footage at the end. It's so weird, I swear. Then you have Christina Aguilera, which is ex-Tina. I swear, guys, as a kid, I thought that, I didn't know that they were two different people, honestly. So basically, I like how they use the word unveiled, whatever, unveiled. I don't know, guys. I be saying words all type of wrong. So I like how they use the word unveiled, her provocative alter ego. So usually when they're trying to be like super provocative or like extra, they will like create an alternate ego. Now you have Lady Gaga. Her alternate ego is a guy, which is Joe. I ain't finna say that last name because I ain't finna try to pronounce that. And it said it left fans scratching their heads. Yeah, I remember being 11 and I seen the awards thing. And I was like, what the hell? Because I like the song. The song is something about something you. I think the song's called You or something. Whatever. And yeah, she basically presented herself as a guy, right? And that's very telling because she actually is a guy. Funny. And then you have Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj has 19 alter egos, okay? And the fact that I know a lot of these, right? That's crazy. So I'm going to tie into something real quick. Me and Conscious X was talking about this when I told him that Nicki Minaj had 19 different alter egos. He was actually shocked, but he was like, that makes sense because the bigger the role, the more people that actually play her, obviously the more alter egos she's going to have, and that's very telling. So here's her long list of alter egos. She has Cookie, she has Onika, she has Chung Lee, she has Barbie Bala, she has Female Wheezy, she has the Harajuku Barbie, Lap Dance Nika, Lap Dance Nika, yeah. Martha Zolinsky, which is Roman's mother. Then she has her regular self, which is Nikki Lewinsky. She has Nikki Teresa. She has Nikki the Boss, Nikki the Ninja, Nicole, because she calls herself Nicole sometimes. She has Norman. She has Poindexter. She has Barbie Bala again. I don't know why they listed that twice. That's interesting. And then she has Roman, and then she has Rosa, and then she has Tyrone, okay? So she has male and female people that she play, and I think that's very telling because male and females play her too. So yeah, that's very telling. And then you have Prince. So I want to do a video about Prince because I absolutely adored Prince music, and I don't know, I knew a lot of things about Prince, right? And someone told me I should do a video about Prince because I know a lot of things about Prince. So I might do a video about Prince. I think I should. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video about Prince. I should. I don't know, I should. Anyway, so Prince has a female alter ego, which is Camille, and that makes perfect sense because Prince was a female, putting that out there. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I do believe in these people playing roles. I'm not a big person on the sacrifice thing. I'm not with that. I'm not huge on the clone thing. I don't really care about that. These people are actually not even really dying. These people are just, you know, fake dying and playing roles or whatever, weird stuff. And these people are all inverts or whatever it is. Like, they're not the gender they say they are. So yeah, Prince was actually a female, and when I actually had to come to terms with that, I was actually so hurt, and I was like, no, he's not. But yeah, he is, and that's probably why a lot of us females really like Prince, is because he's actually a female, right? Yeah, so his alternate ego is obviously Camille, and he said that in 1986, okay? And then you have J. Cole. His alternate ego is Kill Edward, and he used Killed Edward on his album KOD, Kids on Drugs. You've seen him feature in 2 of his songs. Kill Edward is just him, and he was not even going to announce that it was him, but people obviously were speculating that yes, it was him. And I'll show you guys an interview of him admitting that it is him.
Sasha is my alter ego. And when people see me, sometimes I think that when they meet me and they speak with me, they're expecting Sasha.
Many years ago, I named my alter ego Sasha, and it's something that stuck. So when I was trying to decide the title of my album, I realized it had 2 different sounds. One represented who I really am, and one sounded like my alter ego. So I decided to split it into 2 because I feel like Sasha is a big treat for my fans. It's definitely exciting being able to have an excuse to be so over the top. And I think you definitely hear the difference. I try to keep Sasha on the stage. I absolutely keep Sasha on the stage, and now she has a last name. She's Sasha Fierce.
No, your producers did speak to me, and I invented a new character for George.
She is? Nicki, who is that?
Her name is Rosa.
Rosa! Rosa!
But you have to say it like, you have to really roll it long. Pause. You have to say, Rosa!
Well, I know how to do the alphabets in sign language and Spanish, actually. A, B, C, H, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, L, M, N, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
I mean, I have more than 3, but probably in the music, I have Nicki, I have Barbie, I have Roman, I have Martha, who's Roman's mother. I made up a new one the other day called Rosa.
What would you call a Guillermo if you had to give Guillermo a nickname?
The security guard?
Yeah.
Plantana.
Plantana! Plantana, wow. I like that. Plantana.
No, yeah, Plantana. Hola, ¿qué pasó contigo? Dímelo.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?
Hey, Boricuas! Where's my Mexicans at?
Let's say who's the best rapper, in your opinion?
Oh, ay, Dios mío, yo no sé. The best rapper? Oh my God, let me think, papi. Ay, yo no sé. Pitbull.
Ah.
Okay. Ricky.
Hi.
Ricky, Ricardo. Hola, Ricky, how are you? Hola, Lázaro.
Hey.
¿Qué pasó hoy? Yo no me gusto.
No sé.
Hola, Lázaro.
Hi.
¿Qué pasó contigo?
Nothing, you.
Nada. I thought it was muy bien.
Oh, darling, don't you start worrying about Roman, darling. Oh, and Nicki?
Yes. But F-U-C-K. Forget Barbie. Fuck Nicki. She's fake.
What's your name?
Mother, stop it, please!
You don't have to like it, and it could really suck.
Yeah.
Just don't go public with it, publicly express your opinion and how much my shit is trash. I'm one of the things that keeps this ship moving. you're doing something, you got a voice in hip hop, so you actually could be affecting this ship a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about your career. You think I actually fucking think about you? You know how many fucking rappers that are better than you? You're not even in the fucking conversation. I don't care if you fucking blow or if you don't blow. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, all right, I can take that. It's not like I can't take constructive criticism, but I feel like it kind of went beyond constructive criticism. Stop making it fucking personal about yourself. I'm not gonna let everybody just keep fucking, I'm not gonna be America's punching bag. Trash. Man, at what point, trash. At what point do I just gotta keep taking this shit? Trash.
Call up Lady Gaga on my telephone. Hella dawn, yeah, my girl beats no metronome. My new chick, she a yellow bone. I buy a yellow stone, cause I like it when she got that yellow. So I'm a raptor, tearing it up like a tractor. Matter of fact, I'm killing this track, you're a slacker. Sack like a sacker, call up Mr. Brady. Tell him leave his hair to the guy who sings baby, baby. Come and try to save me. Lately, I've been hearing these things, they sound crazy. Speaking in tongues. Alright.
Glover, and this is Childish Gambino. Hi, Childish Gambino. So, I think the question on everybody's mind is, why are you so lame? Lame? You say it in your Well, yeah, I know. I say it in my rap. What's wrong with you? When I say lame, I mean like lame in a cool way. Like
Who is Kill? Who is
Edward?
Who is Kill Edward?
It's some artist.
Is really that what we're going with? Are you really sticking to this? Are you really sticking to this?
This artist, he's fired though.
No, but he's you, Cole. He is what is like a person.
What do you mean he's me?
He's you. He's like a person inside of you. What is he like? A child in you, or like, or you're not, or you're not ready to.
Nah, he's me.
Thank you.
Let's
not let this be weird.
I wanted to make it weird at least for 10 seconds, just to say I did it. Oh, that guy.
Oh, so who is he? And I read something that your stepfather's name was Edward or something like that.
Yeah, people are crazy. Like I don't even know how they know that, but
they know it.
Yeah.
So is that from that or?
So I'll tell you how it started. Yeah. But it first started from about after Forest Hills Drive.
Yeah.
I started feeling like J. Cole, which sounds weird even saying that in the conversation. J. Cole.
You love to talk about yourself in third person.
Right. That name,
right.
I started feeling like it was like a box. You know what I mean? Like I had told so much of my story from the come up, the warm up, Friday Night Lights, first album, Born Center, Forest Hills Drive. It was always about me, my aspirations, my goals, my dreams, my pains. It was a box.
Yeah.
Like I started feeling limited. I had been telling my story for so many projects, so many songs.
And then there's an expectation.
Yeah, expectation, but it's also like, yo, I don't want to talk about myself no more. You know what I mean? And like, which eventually would birth For Your Eyes Only. I didn't know, it wasn't like I was aware. Like, I don't want to talk about myself no more, I'll do it for you. All of this was like subconscious. But another thing that came out of that was I started like experimenting with this music, like the production, my voice, and I started doing these songs in this Kill Edward style. I didn't even have a name. I just had the songs.
But why, how you name him Kill Edward style?
Well, I needed a fire name. I needed a fire name.
Right.
First, it checks that box. It's a fire name, Kill Edward. And then secondly, it just represents like, I feel like not kill him physically. I actually haven't had no problem with the dude. Like I would speak to him today. I'm actually, thinking about like, man, I need to go find this dude, like, and have a conversation with him. But
because I wonder if this has reached him. It would have to, right? I would imagine.
I don't know. Well, maybe now.
Right.
But when I say Kill Edward, what I'm talking about is like the shit that I feel like I inherited from him. Like there's aspects of myself, remember I told you earlier, shit that I feel like I wanted to overcome and beat. I feel like, I got that from him. It's some like, it's some shit in me that's like, I don't like it. That's the shit I want to kill off. what's the difference? Like, who's Melly and who's Melvin?
Whew. Nah, Melvin. Can't say too much. But Melvin, alright, Melly is loving, genuine, turned up, happy. And just loving, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson. Melly is Michael Jackson. Literally, Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But he's still thugging it, still street, but he, to an extent, he know how to control. He know how to control his anger in himself. But Melvin, I only let him out at nighttime. And I need to stop doing that. Like, when the night hits, he really come. And it's like, Melvin is just like, once you play with Melly to a certain extent, Melvin just don't like that. Melvin on your ass.